Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Sports Talk with Sam Jordan here on Nooga Radio, 92.7 FM. And as you can tell, if you're watching on YouTube, we're not on Facebook tonight for a couple different reasons. But in the studio with me here tonight, I have my good buddy, my crack-up GM from the Chattanooga Eagles. That's Nick LaFew. Say hi, Nick.
Hello, Nick.
Glad to have you along. We're going to talk a little bit of Chattanooga Eagles, and we'll do that here in a little while. But interesting news that came out of Nashville yesterday. Tennessee Titans, they feel like since they got new ownership with Amy Adams Strunk in control of the team, and, they made the playoffs, even though they only went a round or so. They feel like that if they change the uniforms or the helmets, it might help them a little bit.
I mean, the last time they did it, they made it to the Super Bowl. So,
and look where they got with that.
Yeah, so, I mean, they lost, but they got there.
Yeah, they got there. Better than what I can say lately for my Dallas Cowboys. But yeah, we've been going with the same unis for since the 60s, I guess. But anyway, speaking of bowl games, are we going to see the Eagles in the bowl? In the GDFL Bowl?
I hope so. No, that's obviously a long way away, but that's always the goal.
But it always starts with the GM.
That's right. Of course,
finding the right staff.
It does. Yeah, I think we got that though. I think we're finding that.
Now, if you could just find a good coach.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes I worry about him, but he works too hard sometimes.
Yeah. I'm giving you a breather here tonight.
Yeah, I'm sure he's listening.
Since Hayden is not here, he feels that it's more important to do some paperwork. We won't say what kind of paperwork, but it's more important to do that. I guess his wife is on him about that.
Yeah, happy wife, happy life.
Are you sure?
Yeah, well.
I went 32 years and I thought that, but it all went out the window. Now we're on number 2 here, so we'll see. Anyway, we're missing Hayden. Hopefully he'll be back with us here next Thursday for our regular feature with Chattanooga Eagles. Nick, I mean, we are ramping up. You've got one more final preseason game coming up on April 21st. That is a busy day for us. We're going to be at Camp Jordan earlier in the day with Bugapalooza. So we're going from Camp Jordan down over to Eastridge, which won't be that far.
Right. You're at least you're in the same area.
Yeah, we're in the same area. We're in the process of moving from Hickson over to Eastridge. I don't even know where Eastridge High School is.
Yeah,
I haven't really found that yet.
I've been there like twice.
Okay. So at least we're in the same proximity for maybe a 2-3 mile radius of Eastridge. But Camp Jordan earlier in the day, then we'll go to the station, our new location, and then we'll go to Eastridge High School to see what the Eagles can do with the Tennessee Cobras.
Yeah. It'll be a good game for us. It's an opportunity before Huntsville comes in to be able to kind of see where we are, fighting through some adversity with some injuries early and things like that. It's going to be huge for us. It's a great opportunity, and it's great that the IFL and the Cobras are allowing us another chance to do this.
Now, I know Hayden, in the short time that I've known him, he does not like to look ahead, and a lot of coaches are like that. But I'm telling you what, Huntsville, first week of the schedule, you got at least one more preseason game before that. Do you really feel like that gives you enough time to get ready for that first regular season game?
The good news is, in this type of football, both teams are probably going to be in about the same boat.
Yeah.
So, you just got to be ready. The good news for us is that we don't have to travel week 1, which we've had to do we did last year and had to go down to Macon. Still was able to find a way to win, but being able to be at home week 1 is going to be huge. And you don't ever think you're ready. You just kind of got to go out there and do it. So right. we'll see then. But that's why I think the 21st is so important for us.
Now, what kind of similarities is the Eagles compared to the Cobras that you know of?
The Cobras, they've been around a while. they've played a long time. Sam, the owner of the Cobras, has done a great job keeping them around for a long time, which is pretty difficult to do in this type of football, to keep an organization running. They're very big up front. They have some skill guys, but they're kind of in the same boat we are. They're in the middle of their season though, so they're probably going to be in a little bit better game ready situations. But that's what we're using this for, is to prepare us for when the games really matter.
Right. Now, the two quarterbacks that we saw in the exhibition contest melee with the Dalton Danger, not expected. Well, the one definitely will not be back because of injury. The other one we may see back at some point in May. But how is things faring up for that quarterback position?
The good news for the quarterback position was there's depth there. We did get CJ Deloney back from his stint with the Nebraska Danger in arena ball ended, and he came back. He's repping a little bit at quarterback to give us a little bit more depth. Obviously, he'll play receiver as well. But so we're sitting at 3 deep at quarterback, so at least we're getting some good reps, and got two more weeks of practice and kind of narrow it down to figure out exactly what we're going to roll in with on the 21st. The good news is on the 21st, at least we can roll out with both or all 3 quarterbacks and let them kind of roll around and figure out what we're going to do for Huntsville.
Okay. And Hayden, I will extend this out to you. If you'd like to call in and add your 2 cents, that way we're not picking on you as much as what we normally do with Nick, you can do so. 423-800-8949. 423-800-8949. But the Eagles and the Cobras, it looks like it's going to be a very evenly matched up contest.
It is, and we've worked with them before, and obviously we're not in the same league, so we've done some things. I combined some 7-on-7 type practice and stuff. They're great to work with, so we're just excited about an opportunity, and hopefully a great opportunity for the city to get a lot of people out there for them. It's a good hosting event for them at East Ridge, and hopefully for a game that counts for them in their conference or in their league. Hopefully there'll be a big crowd there since it's both Chattanooga teams.
All right. I know you're still looking for sponsorship opportunities for the Eagles. You're going to be playing your games at Ridgeland High School now?
Correct. Yeah, we've made the move to Ridgeland down in Rossville. Our relationship with Courtney Braswell over the years has been great. And so when he took that job down in Ridgeland, it was an opportunity for us to go with him. And he's excited to let us work with him, and we're excited to continue to work with him. The facilities there are awesome. You get the artificial turf, which helps the teams that we work with too, because you don't want to tear up the field in the middle of the summer. Right. So with artificial turf, you don't have anything to deal with that. So that's huge for us too, and it's easier maintenance for us too, painting wise and stuff like that. So it's an exciting move for us, and hopefully more people want to come out. It's a great venue, and maybe we can bring in that little bit of that Rossville crowd as well.
And another thing, you've been able to work with Chattanooga Central, through the last several years. Not that things went awry or anything like that. It's just a better opportunity came up, and
it is, and it had absolutely nothing to do with Central High School. They've been nothing but accommodating for us. But anytime you're able to upgrade facilities, and obviously, as we know, most places in Hamilton County don't have artificial turf unless it's a private school.
Right.
And those are all very difficult to be able to get into because they have stuff going on year round.
Mm-hmm.
So it's exciting to be able to move to North Georgia and do that because, Ridgeland's just as close to downtown Chattanooga as Chattanooga Central is. So it's good opportunity to maybe move around a little bit.
All right. So once again, you can call in at 423-800-8949, 423-800-8949. Sports Talk with Sam Jordan here on Nooga Radio. Now, we're going to talk more about Chattanooga Eagles football here throughout the show. Before you know it, football will be back in action April 21st, and we'll be on the air at around 6:45 on the 21st as we'll have the countdown to kickoff, and then kickoff will get underway around 7. Is that still?
Yeah,
Okay.
Unless anything changes, but it's usually it would be 7, if not at worst 7:30. But normally it's 7.
All right. And Nick is supposed to sing the national anthem that night, so everybody bring your earplugs.
Yeah, it'll be great. No promises on the key.
Okay, yeah, I'm sure. No, I'm just kidding. But they always try to make it a fan-friendly event, so bring the kids. If you love football, this is a good way to kind of get it going again. The NFL's done. Spring football is always fun to watch, and also you can root for your community, and whether you're in the East Ridge area for the Tennessee Cobras or just throughout northern Georgia and the Chattanooga and Tennessee Valley area, rooting 2 good teams in action with semi-pro football. Now, like I said, we'll get back into talking more about Chattanooga Eagles football here in a little bit. But yesterday, as we alluded to early in the start of the show, Tennessee Titans making a change in unis. They went away from the white helmets to more of a, I don't know,
midnight blue type look.
Yeah,
Navy.
Yeah. I mean, it's not bad. It's got the white stripe and the silver or charcoal gray like stripe down the middle of the helmet. But actually, it looks pretty decent from what I saw.
Yeah, I really liked them at first when I first saw them. When that leak came out across Twitter over the week, I wasn't a big fan. The only thing I'm not the biggest fan of is the font on the jersey. The number font, but I thought it was really well done. I liked on the shoulders with the way it looks like the sword. I thought that's pretty cool. And I'm a big fan of the helmet. Not a lot of people, not a lot of people agree with me, but I really like the blue helmet.
Yeah, I think they're pretty cool as well. The only thing out of the 3 unis, because they've got a home jersey, they've got a road jersey, and then they got an alternate jersey. The one that I think they're calling as their alternate is kind of that off blue,
like Columbia blue color they're talking about. Yeah.
And I wasn't really crazy about that, but I mean, if you look at the other ones, I mean, it does give you a good contrast, in the 3 different areas.
I thought the Titans have always done a good job. It's hard when you have 2 colors and they're just different variations of those colors.
Right.
I thought Titans have always done a really good job with the 2-tone blue. I thought this was an interesting variation of it. Obviously in that Navy uniform, there's not a lot of that Columbia blue. I think there's some under the arm.
Yeah.
But I thought, I was more impressed than I thought I was. I sat there and I watched it on my phone on Facebook. Again, I thought it was a lot better like seeing them in uniform compared to looking at the ones that were going to be sold.
Yeah, I think the best part of that unveiling party, though, came afterwards.
The concert?
Yes, Florida Georgia Line.
I heard Mike Vrabel was up there singing and drinking a beer and singing with Florida Georgia Line.
He's fitting right in.
Yeah, well, it is Nashville. Yeah. Singing country music and drinking a beer on Broadway, it doesn't get much better than that.
No, and the roads are closed down, open containers everywhere.
Yeah. Nashville has its finest.
Yes, that is true. But the Titans, I really think they're going in a good direction. I mean, a lot of people don't always give female owners a lot of credit, but if you find the right people to work with you and for the vision that you've got, it doesn't matter if you're male or female, you can actually put a winning product out there. And I think Mike Vrabel, who has got a lot of experience because of his playing days with the Patriots and everything, I think he's going to bring that same energy to Nashville, and the Titans will be a very successful team in the AFC as well as overall in the NFL.
I completely agree, and I think the biggest thing that Vrabel did, which it was a great move by Amy Adams to first off get John Robinson in there as general manager. He's outstanding. And then you move and you bring in Vrabel, and then Vrabel's able to bring Matt LaFleur from LA. Yeah. I mean, that's huge. You saw what he did with Jared Goff. Now he's got Marcus Mariota. See what he can do with Mariota. It's interesting because obviously whoever was coaching quarterbacks under Mike Mularkey was not making Marcus Mariota any better. So it's interesting. It'll be interesting to see if LaFleur can make him better.
Yeah. So the Titans are moving in a good direction as far as finding the success off the field. Now, if they can just translate that over to on the field, would be great.
For sure.
So, but if you've got comments about the unis that the Titans are going to be doing here probably for 10, 15, 20 years.
Another 20 years.
Yeah. In fact, I think this is what
this is their
20th year. Yeah, in Nashville. So I guess they should be good for another 20 maybe.
Yeah, just keep them set and move on.
Now, I will say, in semi-pro football or indoor football, I got to see some interesting uniforms, and this was with a team out of Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky, called the Northern Kentucky River Monsters, and their colors was kind of a greenish charcoal gray with black and white and a little bit of gold in their colors, and they made it look like scales on a snake, and their uniforms I thought were pretty neat. I mean, because they utilized the green as far as like with their lettering or numbering and stuff. So, and then accentuated it with that white, gold and black to really make it pop.
Was that the team that Lorenzen played for?
Yes. Yeah. And he got hurt when he played the Erie Explosion, 350 pounds at quarterback. He was definitely past his prime and probably should not have been out there because he broke his ankle in that game and never played another down after that. He did get a Super Bowl ring with the Giants.
And he was really fun to watch at Kentucky too.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
So, Lorenzen, probably shouldn't have been playing quarterback, but but I mean, he was like 38, 39 years old. So, I mean, usually quarterbacks don't play that long. Brady's an exception.
Unless you're Tom Brady.
Yeah. And Brady, I think he could probably go another 2-3 more years. He'll be 42 when the season starts.
Maybe if they don't keep trading away all of his players.
Yeah, that is interesting. I mean, the Patriots, I don't know, are they retooling or refueling?
I mean, you get rid of Brandon Cooks and then you don't re-sign Amendola, that's some productivity at wide receiver.
Yeah, but it'll be interesting. I mean, this is a weird NFL offseason, to say the least.
For sure, you got people moving all over the place. It's like it's starting to look more like Major League Baseball than it is NFL.
And the one team that I'm really surprised of them making the moves like they are is the LA Rams.
Yeah, I think they've done a great job. Sean McVay, who's an amazing football coach, I think is making that team really good. I think, I saw somebody say that they were like, I guess LA is just going after players that people know now, because, I mean, you get Ndamukong Suh, you get Brandon Cooks, you get guys like that. Aqib Talib, all that.
Oh, did he sign with them? I didn't see that one.
Aqib Talib, Denver traded him to, and Marcus Peters too from Kansas City.
Yeah. Yeah, Talib, I got to see him play at Penn State in college. He was a beast then, and he's now
old and he's still a beast.
Yeah, but the one team that I think is kind of really enjoying this, and they probably should because of how bad they played for the last several years, is the Browns. They've been holding the cards. They have 5 picks in the first round alone.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they can't draft well, so you might as well use those draft picks and trade players who are already proven players. I mean, you get Tyrod Taylor, who's at least at worst a good fill-in until you can finally draft a quarterback that can produce. I mean, if you can't draft the right guys, might as well use those picks as leverage and get good players out of it.
Right. And the Jets and the Bills have both been trying to find ways of moving up in the pecking order and everything. I saw a story earlier off of ESPN where Sam Darnold from USC has been, I guess, practicing, being watched heavily by the Browns.
Yeah. Didn't he say he didn't want to go there?
Well, yeah. Mm-hmm. But Ronald Jones II, who's a wide receiver at USC, he's eligible for the draft. Sam Darnold evidently changed his flight plans so he could throw to Jones, who's being looked at by the Browns.
Maybe he's changing his mind.
And the Browns have actually are only one of 14 or 15 teams that are looking at this tandem. Darnold and Jones.
I mean, the Browns still, even though they made those trades, they still have the draft picks to be able to pick them both up.
But it will be interesting to see how well Cleveland can clean up on this. They still got, I think the 26th is when the draft is.
Yeah, and that's a lot of cleaning up they have to do.
Yeah, but Hugh Jackson will find a way.
Yeah,
I'm glad they are giving him a chance.
It's not his fault that he doesn't have any players.
Right. It's Jimmy Haslam's fault.
It sure is.
Yes. All right. That is our first half hour of the program. We've got more coming your way. We're going to check in with a little bit of NASCAR news as well. Sam and Nick will be back with more Sports Talk with Sam Jordan here on Nooga Radio 92.7 FM. It's the Chattanooga Eagles night. So come on back.
The Tennessee Valley's news talk leader, Nooga Radio, digital FM 95.3 HD4 and 92.7 FM. 3, 2, 1. Chattanooga Radio, digital FM 95.3 HD4, 92.7 FM's news now.
A bump stock ban shot down in the Tennessee House. Democratic lawmakers pushed for a ban in the aftermath of the Las Vegas massacre. The proposal fell through when it came to the Republican vote. Polk County deputies tracked down and arrested a man they say broke into a truck in a church parking lot on Easter Sunday. Zachary Dockery was arrested and charged with burglary of an auto and theft. He was spotted perusing the parking lot of the Cookson Creek Church. A 5-year-old boy went missing early yesterday morning, last seen Tuesday night, wearing pajamas, according to the TBI. Joseph has blonde hair and blue eyes, is 4 feet tall, weighs 65 pounds, and goes by the name Joe. He is autistic and nonverbal. We're in day 2 of the search for the boy, the entire state on the lookout for him. Sean Hannity, weekdays from 3 to 6 on Nooga Radio. Val St. John for Nooga Radio, News Talk 92.7, News Now.
Chattanooga Morning News with Russ and Val. Weekdays from 6 to 9 a.m. on Nooga Radio, 92.7 FM.
Chattanooga weather. Expect fair to partly cloudy skies to continue through your nighttime. Not as cold. Overnight lows into the lower 40s. For Friday, increasing clouds, highs 65 to 67. A few late day showers will move in, with showers and thunder showers likely Friday night through early Saturday morning, then much cooler. Do you have a pesky tree that needs to be cut around your home or business? Call Paul Bunyan Tree Service. That's Paul Bunyan Tree Service, 706-937-TREE. That's 937-8733. And I'm Sorrentine 12 Chief Meteorologist Matt Report. Nooga Radio 92.7.
Here's what advertisers are saying. Nooga Radio.
Radio station, they really care. They're always calling me probably once a week, checking on me, seeing how things go on, see if they want to change any of the ads or do anything different, seeing what my needs are. I've gotten business off the ads that you do for me, and seems to be working well at this point.
Prices were very fair. Areas in this town that we aren't able to get other ways, your radio station is able to help us out, and I really appreciate that.
We've been very pleased with the services we've got. It seems like everybody over there cares about what they're going to do, how it's going to work for us on this end, and we've been very impressed with the creativity of the ads that we've heard, and they always seem to be right on point.
Been doing business with News Talk Radio for quite some time. It's the best place and the best value you can get for your advertisement. The commercials are great. They're very professional. I was actually blown away.
The commercial that they put together was awesome. It was way far above all the other radio stations we've dealt with. The best we've had yet, guarantee you.
The Tennessee Valley's news talk leader, Nooga Radio, 92.7 FM.
High drive, left field, good, ball, baseball, Lookouts win.
Your Chattanooga Lookouts are back. Opening day, Thursday, April 5th, 6:15 p.m., featuring post-game fireworks. Get your tickets today at lookouts.com.
Chattanooga Paint and Decorating would like to remind you it's that time of year again. Spring has sprung, summer just around the corner. The temperature is perfect for outdoor entertaining. But are you ready? Is your house a little dingy? Does your fence need a coat of stain? Is your deck showing wear? If you've got work to do, Chattanooga Paint and Decorating can help. For exterior paint, stains, sealants, and supplies, stop by Chattanooga Paint and Decorating today on Hickson Pike across from Valvoline or on ChattanoogaPaint.com. Get an extra 10% off. Just say you heard it on the radio.
They're all under $10,000.
$10,000.
That's right. Powerful V8 Hemi cars under $10,000 at Southern Fleet Sales in East Ridge. But you got to get there now for the best selection. These are retired cop cars. And man, are they fast. You want to look really cool. You want a fast car for under 10 grand? Then get to Southern Fleet Sales in East Ridge. That's not just a V8. It's a V8 Hemi cop car. SouthernFleetSales.com. 3900 Ringgold Road, East Ridge.
Mom's Furniture. Her boxes of paperback romances. Mom's Estate. Oh, call Dan. Dan will help you get on with your life. Let Dan clear the old house. Take care of everything. He'll hand you a nice check. 314-4034. Dan the Cleanup Man. 314-4034. In this moment, who has your back? Do you know the name of your insurance agent? Does your agent know your name? Or would you call a 1-800 number that connects you with whom? Another state? Another country? Get a local independent insurance agent with Auto Owners Insurance. Someone you can call when bad stuff happens. In this moment, get an agent who will protect you in that moment. Let Goss Insurance in Chattanooga help you today. GossInsurance.wordpress.com. Goss, representing Auto Owners Insurance, the no problem people. GossInsurance.com. Goss. GossInsurance.com. Representing Auto Owners Insurance, the no problem people. 875-2500. 875-2500.
Nuga Radio. Are you brain dead? Still voting for pathetic liberals? Take 3 hours with Sean Hannity from 3 to 6.
Nuga Radio.
Then call us in the morning between 9 and 11.
92.7.
Nuga Radio. It's the moment you've been waiting for. Sam Jordan's Nuga Radio, 92.7 Sports, now.
Sports Talk with Sam Jordan continues here on Nuga Radio 92.7 FM. And we're on YouTube tonight, and I'm waving. I'm Sam. That's Nick who's waving. Waving at you for you to call in at 423-800-8949. We'd love to hear from you. We're going to get started here talking a little bit about NASCAR. There'll be an action this weekend. And, of course, you can always hear all your NASCAR racing action here on Nuga Radio 92.7 FM, 95.3 FM HD4. They will be at Texas Motor Speedway with the Geico 500. That'll be getting underway at 1 o'clock through the facilities of the Performance Racing Network. And, Kyle Busch leading the standings right now, even though he hasn't won a race. We've had... 3 or 4 different drivers that have won. We had Austin Dillon. Then we had Kevin Harvick, who won 3 races in a row. Then we had Martin Truex Jr. and then Clint Boyer winning last 2 weeks ago. So Easter, they're always off, and they get back in action here this Sunday, but they'll be down at Texas Motor Speedway. And also, we've got tickets we're going to be giving away for the Talladega race that will be coming up. And in fact, we'll be having an interview with the president of the racetrack down in Talladega coming up here in a couple weeks, and we'll have that for you. Also, we want to remind you that we're going to be at Camp Jordan on April 21st with Bugapalooza, helping Ronald McDonald House Charities. And that's going on over a 2-day weekend. And down at Camp Jordan, every funds raised from that event will go to help Ronald McDonald House Charities. And Nuga Radio 92.7 FM is proud to be a part of that event. And we hope that you come out and help Ronald McDonald House out and also see some neat cars. There's supposed to be over 350 various Volkswagens, whether they're souped up or just really spiffed up, will be neat to see.
Yeah, I wish I could. I wish I was able to go.
Well, you can go earlier in the day.
Well, yeah, I guess
or you can go on Sunday.
Saturdays on game days for us are usually an all day. Wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning and go till 1 a.m. or till the next day. So those days are kind of busy for us.
Right. So that's going on the 21st and 22nd. And like I said, we're proud to be a part of that. Then that night on the 21st, we'll be over at East Ridge High School for Chattanooga Eagles football as they take on the Cobras of Tennessee Cobras, which is based out of East Ridge. And it will be teams from various leagues, even though we're in the same backyard together, taking on each other, and hopefully it will go much better than the Dalton Danger.
Yeah, I don't see that being as big of an issue this game. I think these two teams we're going to be fine. It's going to be a good chance for both teams to kind of work some things out.
Curious to ask you, Nick, and I'm kind of going out on a limb on this. How well has the Dalton Danger done? Have you heard? I mean, since that game,
they did end up losing a game. They lost. Can't remember who it was to. It might have been the Metro Atlanta Horsemen. But I mean that league that they've joined is really good. It's a lot. They've kind of combined a couple of leagues from here in the Southeast and made it really good. I still think Dalton has a really good chance to win the league.
That's good.
But they did slip up, and that happens. Especially when you've had a winning streak as long as they have, you're going to get a big red X on your back, and somebody's going to finally knock you off.
Yeah. Just like those Washington Nationals.
That's right. Just like Keon's Washington Nationals.
I've been waiting for you to talk about the Nats and the Braves.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to last very long. So I feel like while I can talk some crap to Keon in April, I'm going to do it.
You still got till October.
Yeah, well, that's probably not gonna last that long. But it's fun while it lasts, right?
Nick is a huge Atlanta Braves fan. In fact, he was supposed to have been here last Thursday night, but what does he do? He stands me up and he goes down to Atlanta to see Braves opening day.
Yeah, it was first.
I can't blame you.
I mean, it was the first time I got to do opening day. It was fun. Obviously, still a really new ballpark there, and get to see the Phillies and Braves. It's always fun. Got to see a big comeback. It was a really good day.
Yeah, that was an amazing comeback.
Yeah, it was Gabe Kapler out managing himself there, taking his best pitcher out on 68 pitches, but
he's trying to preserve the arm for the season, I guess.
He ain't going to make it very far if you can't have your ace go more than 4 innings.
Yeah. Speaking of opening days, Chattanooga Lookouts are in action as we speak over at AT&T Field. And the other night, Keon was over there as we did a live break-in. He didn't have to break in or anything. I mean, he was invited in to do the break with the Chat State Tigers, who's a fundraiser for their athletic programs. Lookouts, according to Keon and others that I've talked to, said Lookouts are looking pretty good. They won 7-0. I mean, the pitching wasn't really bad. Cole Stewart got the win for the Lookouts. He struck out 6 and 4 2/3 innings. So, that's not a bad night.
Yeah, I'm sure they probably got some guys, some bench guys, some at bats and deep into that bullpen.
Yeah,
being able to do that, maybe work out some kinks too before the real games start.
Right. Now today features a poster giveaway for the first 2,000. They also had the championship ring giveaway, and they'll have post-game fireworks tonight and tomorrow night. Usually it's just Friday nights.
It's opening day though.
I know.
You got to have fireworks on opening day.
And when you play a team like the Birmingham Barons, there could be some fireworks.
Yeah. Are they still with the White Sox? Do we know?
I think they are.
I mean, they changed this like religiously now where everybody's affiliated with somebody else, but I was just curious.
I'm still furious over the fact that my Arkansas Travelers, who I got to do play-by-play for a couple years, for years was with the Cardinals, and now they're with the Angels.
The Angels?
Yeah.
See, that doesn't make any sense to me. At least kind of make it somewhat geographically. I mean, the Lookouts, I guess, are Minnesota, so I don't guess that really makes any sense either.
And I can always remember the Lookouts being a part of the Reds.
Right.
Which was geographically okay.
I think they were the Mariners a little bit, too.
That might have been after that.
Yeah, because they were Reds, and then they left and went somewhere else and came back to Reds, and then they went to the Dodgers and changed their colors to blue, and that was weird.
But, I mean, the Lookouts have got that persona. They've been around for, it seems like 100 years or more. But, I was really, for someone that has lived here all their life, and I'm sure you're like that, and you kind of get acclimated to something, and it's like, yeah, okay. It's one of those things. But, like with me, I've only been here since September. And, I've been to a lot of minor league parks and a lot of different sports venues in my 38-year career. But it's like AT&T Field, is a gorgeous facility.
It really is. I remember when they opened it in the early 2000s, it was state of the art for a minor league ballpark. And it's still really awesome. The view of downtown Chattanooga from like behind home plate is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And it really, the city's great. And if you do live here and you've lived here your whole life, you take for granted some of the things that we have. And the Lookouts are another great thing that we have that not every city gets to have in a market like Chattanooga. To have a AA baseball team is
that's
huge.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the one thing I can say from where I moved here from up in Pennsylvania, Williamsport, I was fortunate. We had Williamsport and we had State College. They're both in the New York Penn League in short season A, and they're like 30 minutes away from me. But the one team that I really followed, though, was Williamsport Crosscutters. And, Dave Bresnahan made it famous with the potato incident back in '89, which I remember. He pretty much never played any more baseball after that incident. He got suspended, but he finished the season out, but nobody ever picked him up or anything.
Right.
That was when it was the Williamsport Bills. But this past August during Little League World Series, they had the Phillies and the Pirates Pirates and the Cardinals play. Even I, being a part of the media and always covering the Crosscutters and stuff, couldn't even get into that game because it was for Little League kids, the players that were playing at the World Series and their immediate families and stuff and the coaches. And, I'm relegated to watching it on TV, which is fine. But how they transformed Bowman Field into a major league setting, they had to bring in portable buildings for the locker rooms and stuff, even though the locker rooms at Bowman Field are pretty nice, but for major league standards, yeah. And they had like all kinds of tents and everything else, around there. There weren't as much parking because of all this and ESPN, getting set up to do the broadcast and everything of the game. But it was like, it's like amazing. But, the way that AT&T Field is set up and everything, it's like, it's got all these big amenities. We've got Major League Baseball style settings at a AA level. A lot of the players sometimes when they are coming up through the system, sometimes may jump AAA and go right straight to the big show.
I think that's a big thing you see now. I know the Braves, for instance, use that a lot. It's something that you see because I think your AA are definitely your more younger guys. AAA are kind of your older veteran guys that are still playing ball,
and just trying to hang on.
Yeah, but you got guys, especially on this roster, like Nick Gordon, who I remember watching him play last year. I was like, man, this guy's gonna be really good.
Yeah.
And he gets called up, and so it's fun to get to see those guys because I remember going and watching Joey Votto play when he was a lookout, and Austin Kearns and guys like that. So it's pretty cool.
And mentioning those two names alone, it's like, I think Votto's still with the Reds.
He is. And
Kearns, I don't know where he's at.
I think he finally retired.
But it's like when you see them at the minor league level, you see future stars. And McCutchen, I got to see him play when Williamsport was a Pirates affiliate. And then, of course, when Altoona got the AA team a number of years ago, their stadium is very similar to AT&T Field. And it's like, watching him play, and then all of a sudden 90 miles down the road, he's playing, at Pittsburgh at PNC Field or PNC Park. And it's like, you can catch them when they're probably haven't been commercialized, I guess you could say, when they're truly
baseball players.
Seeing them at the low league level and then at high school level, maybe a little bit of college, but once they get into the pros, they're still, moldable, I guess, for a couple of years.
Yeah, and I especially think in baseball where your stars are so visible, because it's not like in football where you got a helmet covering their face, or hockey where you have a helmet covering their face.
Sometimes they need to have
that. Yeah. I mean, you see these guys.
You see, I need a helmet too.
And you see them every day too.
Right.
I mean, they play half the year or longer. And so, you know, that's baseball. Baseball's its own special thing. I love that.
Yeah. All right. We're going to talk more in a moment, but right now we're going to check in and get you into the scene of NASCAR and talk about what's going on in the world of racing. Here's Susie Armstrong.
Can Johnson and Hendrick Motorsports get right at Texas this weekend?
Yeah, I definitely feel like we're moving forward.
I'm Woody Kane. The story next on NASCAR Today.
When the sun goes down, the NASCAR stars come out.
Green flag. 748.
The spring race weekend at Richmond Raceway, back under the lights. April 20th and 21st. The Toyota Care 250 on Friday and Saturday night's Toyota Owners 400. Get your tickets at richmondraceway.com. NASCAR in Richmond. Some things are better under the lights.
Here's a special message for those of you who owe the IRS at least $10,000 or more in back taxes. The IRS has special programs in place that could eliminate or reduce your tax debt by thousands of dollars. The IRS is currently accepting reduced settlements and other favorable programs. You may qualify for substantial savings, so get the help you need. Take down the number now for the Federal Tax Management Hotline, 800-242-1706, 800-242-1706.
Jimmy Johnson is the defending winner of the spring race at Texas, where Cup and Xfinity teams race this weekend. But he's 17th in the standings with one top 10 finish this year, and that came in California at Auto Club Speedway.
The way the car drove in California, in traffic, out of traffic, the balance between the two situations was really good for us. I was able to pass a lot of cars. Certainly need more speed, but we're developing our product each and every week. So last year, the spring race in Texas was really good to us, and we obviously have high hopes going back there as well.
Chevrolet hasn't won at a 1.5 mile track in the last 8 tries. The most recent, Austin Dillon at Charlotte back in May. We've got more at MRN.com. I'm Woody Kane. This is NASCAR Today on the Motor Racing Network.
One can only imagine how wild the off weekend was for Clint Bowyer after his Martinsville win. But now it's time to get ready for Texas. I'm Susie Armstrong, and this is Ned Jarrett's World of Racing.
Progressive presents Get Pumped. Inspiration to help you do insurance stuff.
Okay, time out. You're going to let your budget be the boss of you? Take control with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Tell us what you want to pay for car insurance, and we'll help you find options that fit your budget. Here's some music to get you pumped. Da-dong, 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 dang, dang. I hear your budget laughing at you. Oh, wait, that's just those kids laughing at me. Ignore them! Da-dong, da-dong,
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Hi, I'm Rob Tanner, inviting you to the all-new America's Tailgate Party, NASCAR USA. The sound is updated with fresh features and more of the voices you hear at the racetrack each week. The one thing that hasn't changed, it's 2 hours of the hottest hits in country music as we get you ready to go racing. So join us for the brand new edition of America's Tailgate Party, NASCAR USA, at the same place right here on the Motor Racing Network.
Clint Bowyer ended a long winless streak at Martinsville 2 weeks ago, a victory that launched a massive party, which no one was surprised about. But this week, the Stewart-Haas Racing team will buckle down to win another at Texas Motor Speedway.
I mean, we can win there, but, we got to start focusing on, hey, we're in the chase. It's been a long time. It's fun. I'm not lying what I text Tony Stewart. This is good times. This is fun to be in this equipment. It's fun to be alongside our teammates. It's hard to say, you know what I mean? Everybody knows me, that knows that I have fun and run my mouth and goofy and everything else. But I do appreciate this opportunity and appreciate the army of people that make this possible for all of us.
I'm Susie Armstrong, and this is the World of Racing on the Motor Racing Network.
I did promise Susie.
Yeah.
Woody jumped in no ahead.
Yeah, he just wanted to cut line.
Yeah. How rude. Anyway, you can catch all the NASCAR racing action this Sunday beginning at 1 through the facilities of the Performance Racing Network with the Geico 500 going on Texas Motor Speedway. A lot of other things going on as well. This Sunday, the season kicks off for the United States Veterans Baseball League. It'll get underway at Camp Jordan. Festivities will begin at 1 p.m. and include a presentation of awards, color guard ceremony, and special guest Josh Michael from The Walking Dead that will be throwing out the first pitch and signing autographs. Admission is free. It's a veteran-run league. Jeff Sante, president, and Billy Massengale, former league president, are veterans who not only have a passion for baseball, but also for helping veterans. The league tries to offer financial assistance to veterans, which is achieved through donations received throughout the community, and the league welcomes any business, big or small, who would like to sponsor a veteran. You can go to their Facebook page at USVBL Chat, or you can email them at baseballchattanooga@gmail.com. So that will be getting underway this weekend. All right, let's talk about something big going on, not that far away from us. The Masters down at Augusta. Jordan Spieth leading the way with a 7-under through 17 holes at that time. He maybe have already finished for the day. There are several others that are tied at various points through the way. Rory McIlroy tied for 4th with a 3-under. Tiger Woods. Yes, Tiger is still playing golf, and he is tied for 29th with a 1-over. And he finished the course for the day, so that's always a good thing. He's been out for quite a while. He's won the Masters on several occasions. But the one name that I really want to talk about here, and I kind of feel bad for him, because I can see myself doing this, hitting 5 shots into the water. Sergio Garcia, you remember that name? He's tied for 85th. You might as well say 86, because there's only one player worse than him, a guy named H. Ellis, that has a 14-over. Sergio's got a 9-over. He shot 5 times on the 15th hole, getting a 8-over just on that hole alone.
I mean, at what point do you just give up?
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing how professional these guys are, because my clubs would be in the water. I mean, more power to Sergio. And the fact that he's still only 9-over after that hole, like that means he was having a decent day too.
Yeah. All right. 2 millennials talking coming up here in just a little bit. That would be Russell Stroud, Keon Rose, and them talking about the YouTube shooting, and also talking about other things that millennials talk about. It can be very informative, can be very interesting, and those 2 yahoots are coming up next. We'll talk to you again tomorrow. Have a great evening. For Nick LeFew, I'm Sam Jordan. Have a good one.
Chattanooga Morning News with Russ and Val. Weekdays from 6 to 9 a.m. on Nooga Radio, 92.7 FM.